Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. All the way up.
Yo, what's good, fam? It's your boy Jose from Justin Up Customs out here doing it again. Actually building a box for two Genesis 10s. Predominantly is going to be used in my car for right now. It's just a little standalone box, testing it out. It's going to have a 6-inch aero port in it. Actually 4-inch opening, but the 6-inch outside face. The box is going to be the little specs on here, wrote some stuff down. The box itself is going to be gross volume is about 2.65, 2.66 cubic feet. Net volume is going to be about 2.5. So give each speaker about 1.25 feet per side. It's going to have bracing in the inside of it. Actually, I'm going to do some router techniques with the bracing. Also, it's going to be tuned to around 34 hertz. Now, eventually this box will be sold. It's just something I'm doing now to show some box building techniques. Just a quick little video, some update. Haven't done one in a while. First thing I'm going to do, actually, honestly, I'm going to show you the first cuts I'm going to do are actually the top and bottom pieces, which are 32 by 13.5. Go ahead and it's got my table set up. I'm going to go ahead and cut these pieces first. I'm going to do the 13.5 inches wide, and then I'll do the 32 ounces since the piece is such a big piece. Greatest thing about having a table saw, a good table saw, is that your pieces are pretty much accurate. I don't know if y'all see. Go ahead and try to move the camera a little bit. So right now we do have the two pieces that I need. This is your top and bottom. These are 13.5, as you see. Straighten out, there you go. Anyways, now I gotta cut them 32 inches long. So I'm actually gonna cut off about 3.78 inch, about 3 inches and 7/8. Double check. Perfect. All right, time to cut. Again, excuse the noise. On these small edge pieces, always use a handle or something to glide the wood. You don't want to chop off a freaking finger. All right, Joe. So top and bottom pieces are cut. We're gonna double check the measurements. Measure the wood. See where we at. Right at 32 inches. About 13. I went ahead and already did the outlines for the router cuts to do perfect circles for the 210s and the port in the middle. Measured it out. All the seal pieces are all done, measured out, ready to go to be cut. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the sides first, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the front and the back. Make sure to always measure as many times as you can. You want to have these cuts as precise as possible. You don't want to mess up the wood. Like I said, the wood is extremely expensive. There's no point in messing it up. These leftover pieces are what you make your 45s as, at least I do, because they're almost the same size of the height and everything else. So I mean, you always use these. Cut them correctly. So make sure you maximize your wood. You're paying a lot of money for this wood. You might as well go ahead and maximize the use out of it. First thing we're going to do is the side pieces, which are 12.5 by 12. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those first. Me, I always like to double check the alignment of the blade with the lines that I already drew. Be careful not to turn the on switch when you're actually doing this. You do not want to lose your fingers. Kind of a messy deal when you're freaking cutting wood. But anyways, so these are your two sides. I always, just every time I cut, I double check 12 inches exact. Now since this piece right here is actually, this wood was cut at 25 inches, I have probably an eighth or actually a 16th of an inch to play with, which is the actual size of the blade. Most blades are 16 to an 8 inch thick. Pretty much we're dead even. And here's my side pieces. It's my left and my right. Now we're gonna go ahead and cut down. Since we already got the blade cut down the middle, like I said, this piece is a 25 inches a piece. So we're gonna go ahead and cut the blade down the center for the front and the back. All right, so now we double check the measurements. Say right at shy of a 1/16 of an inch, so you got 12 and a half. Good to go. Now the only thing I have left is just the remainder pieces of here, which is also 4 7/8. Go ahead and cut those off. Now everybody does their 45s different. These are all predominantly 3 7/8. You're gonna cut off probably a 1/4 inch, 3/4 of an inch on each side when you do your 45s. It's up to you. I do mine usually about 2.5 to 3 inches wide anyway. And then, since the fact these are going inside the box, you gotta take accountability of 3/4 inches. So you're gonna eliminate 1.5 inches on both of these. And as you see, here's the 45 and the edges. These are all the pieces already cut for the box. Front and back, top and bottom, the sides, and all the 45s. There you go. And actually, these two pieces right here that I got in front of me are going to be some center braces for the box. As you see, I'm using some mobile solutions. Shout out to them. They're some of their templates to make some cutouts in the bracing, which will be rounded over to allow nice airflow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to outline 3/4 inches all the way around. Pretty much just do a box, and then inside the box I'll probably do a couple different angles to cut out with a jigsaw, and then I use the router and the templates to do nice edges, and then do round overs on either side. All right, so using my mobile solution templates, this is kind of the design that I came out with. So I'm going to use this section right here, this section right here. This section is the basic, of course, the whole square. And as you see, I'm marking out what I'm going to cut out. Pretty much, I'm just going to take a drill with a bit, circular bit, go ahead and cut a hole so I can go ahead and use the jigsaw. Alright, so here's the rough cut of the actual brace that I just did. I'm going to go ahead now and mount the router to the router table and router that out with all the templates to get nice smooth edges. Then I'll redo the same thing on that one to get, the perfect shape. And there we go. More updates as I go. All right. So got my router mounted. As you see, there it is right there. So of course, this is, like I said, this doesn't have a lift on it, but my router, you can adjust up and down on the Ryobi router to the height you really need. Luckily enough, I only use 3/4 inch, so it does pretty well. Using a flush trim bit, I'm going ahead and put my templates on. Start with the big one first. See, I'll use tape. Go ahead and cut this piece. This one and these two big pieces right here are the same, using the same template. Cut those first, then I'm gonna use the other templates to do the other trim pieces, and then I'll show you the remainder, how it comes out once I have all the pieces cut. Alright, as you see, I went ahead and put the first piece on there, first template, double-sided tape, and go ahead and cut that edge right there, this inside edge, this little bitty edge, and then this one right here. Alright, as you see, there's the first brace cut out. Now I'm going to go ahead and trace it to that one. I'm going to rough cut those holes out, and then I'm going to go ahead and use the flush trim bit to make it an even one like that, and then I'm going to use a round over to clean it all up. So, my tip is starting to go bad on me, starting to burn on the wood a little bit, but Oop, there you go. Yeah, but anyways, just doing the job for right now. Probably end up gotta go buy another bit. Alright, so I went ahead and finally cut the holes out for the baffle with the jigsaw, rough cut them, as you see. I got a lot of glare, I'm sorry. Shadow, excuse me. Anyways, I went ahead, I got 10-inch speaker rings that I use that are exactly fit for the 10s that I have. I have a bunch of speaker rings, there's another one that's cut out for the baffle. I use those, man, make it easier for me so I can go ahead and use the flush trim bit and make a nice perfect circle. So I went ahead and got those cut out. It's the one for 110, the baffle and the other 10. Go ahead and get those done and we'll have everything done. I can go ahead and round over the braces, get done with the router work, and then go ahead and do assembly. And by that time, I'll go ahead and start videoing and showing you the assembly of this box. Alright, thanks for watching. Alright, so I went ahead and just finally got the roundovers done. Man, it actually freaking rained on me. I don't know if y'all see, I don't think that much moisture left, but it rained on me while I was doing this, but I will. But anyways, it stopped raining, sun came back out again, so I got back into it. I went ahead and did the roundovers. I just used some 80 grit to knock down all of the little splinters. Clean this up a little bit. Nice and smooth. Nice and round over. These things are going to be strong. Gonna help support the inside of the box very well. And so I'm done with that. Everything else has been cut out. The actual baffle cutouts have been done. I was able to knock those out before it actually started raining. I will be putting the box together. I might be doing that inside the house since it might rain again. But anyways, I'll do a continuation video on the putting the box together. Thanks for watching. We'll holler at you later.